Imagine staring down the barrel of a gun held by a man whose eyes could freeze your soul. That piercing gaze belonged to one of cinema's toughest icons, a guy who rose from obscurity to legend, but not without making some powerful enemies along the way. He didn't mince words or hide his disdain. Today we're diving into the 6 stars he truly couldn't stand. Stick around, because these feuds reveal the raw heart of a Hollywood outsider who played by his own rules. Born in a quiet New Jersey town in the mid-1920s, he grew up in a simple family with roots tracing back to Europe. Nothing about his childhood screamed future star. High school ended and World War II called him to duty. He served bravely in the Navy, sweeping mines in dangerous Pacific waters. That experience forged a steel core inside him, discipline that would define every role he ever took. Back home after the war, he bounced between ordinary jobs, crunching numbers as an accountant, brushing paint on walls. Fate shifted during a community theater production. His commanding presence on stage turned heads, and soon Hollywood came knocking. In 1952, he stepped onto the big screen in a classic showdown western, playing a wordless outlaw. No lines, but those razor-sharp features, high cheeks, hooked nose, unblinking stare-stole scenes anyway. He wasn't the pretty boy lead. He was the threat lurking in the shadows the 1950s kept him busy as the go-to bad guy in westerns and noir thrillers. Henchman here, killer there, always supporting, never starring. Movies like a gritty mask crime story, a shadowy detective yarn, or a landmark cowboy tale highlighted his knack for tension without uttering much. Then disaster struck. A brutal car wreck in '58 shattered his knee. Doctors whispered his career might end right there. Recovery was brutal, doubt crept in. Would he ever ride again? But the '60s delivered a comeback no one saw coming. An Italian visionary spotted his potential and cast him in a dusty revenge saga opposite a rising, squinting gunslinger. As a refined bounty hunter with a personal vendetta, he exploded onto screens, charismatic, layered, unforgettable. Critics raved. Audiences cheered. Suddenly, the villain was the hero. He reunited with that co-star for an epic trio of good, bad, and ugly, embodying pure, ruthless calculation. Box office gold followed, launching him to global fame. He leaned into the European Western wave, headlining gritty tales of vengeance and showdowns. Films about a gambler with a golden gun, a horse-riding avenger, a massive hunt, or a rage-fueled apprentice all showcased his quiet menace. He didn't yell or strut. He whispered threats and let silence do the heavy lifting. Anti-heroes became his specialty, men with codes, walking ethical tightropes. Fans loved how real it felt, drawn from his own battles and unyielding spirit. The '80s saw him branch out, dystopian action as an iron-fisted lawman, even a TV series as an aging martial arts mentor. Hits varied, but his adaptability shone. Personally, life was a roller coaster of love and loss. His first wife stood by him from wartime through early Hollywood struggles. They built a family, 3 kids, but fame's pull strained everything. After 15 years, divorce hit in '58, same dark period as his accident. Rebounding in 1960, he married again, finding stability amid career chaos. This union lasted 14 years, covering his European breakthrough. She supported the travel, the spotlight, yet pressures mounted divorce in '74. 2 years later, his third wife entered, a rock during his peak and decline. She nursed old injuries, health woes from smoking. Their bond held until the end. She preserved his legacy long after. If this story touches your heart, please share it. He was the ultimate tough guy, stoic, authentic. But collaboration wasn't always smooth. Blunt and professional to a fault, he clashed hard with egos and phonies. Whispers from sets paint pictures of grudges born from respect denied or styles clashing like thunder. Let's count down the 6 he reportedly despised most. What drove these rifts? Hold on, because the first one stings with ideological fire. Number one, the ultimate American cowboy symbol. Both Western giants, but worlds apart. This icon embodied flag-waving heroism, studio polish, our guy. Gritty realism from overseas shoots, built from scratch as a bit player villain. He saw arrogance in the dismissal of his foreign films as knockoffs. Crude tailies were called snubs, like turning down a cameo to avoid playing backup to a system darling. No shared credits, but Private Barbs flew. He called him a glorified mascot. Insiders knew the chill. Politics and pride fueled it. Suspense builds. Who else felt his wrath? 2. The stone-faced rival. Similar vibes, tough, silent types dominating Europe. But comparisons irked him, especially in the 70s boom. The breaking point? A dream role and a landmark Leone masterpiece went to the sky instead. Betrayals stung. Loyalty questioned. He shaded the stiff delivery in chats, joking Iraq had more range. Sets in Spain avoided overlap to dodge sparks. He viewed the quick rise as flash over depth insulting to his theater-honed craft. Tension simmered. What about his famous partner? 3. From ally to outcast. Shocking, right? The squinting star launched him worldwide in those dollar trilogies. Early respect for the cool ambition. But as the protégé directed hits and snubbed old collaborators, bitterness grew. No roles in later drifters or writers' parts that screamed for his intensity. Outreach ignored him the 80s. He quipped about trading grit for glamour. No public feud, but the frost was real. Heartbreaking fall from grace, wait until you hear the showy clashes. 4. The flashy detective type. 70s Europe threw them into similar action circles. One loud, cigar-waving, scene-hogging. The other disciplined, subtle. Oil and water. Adjacent Italian shoots sparked walkouts after mockery of his blank stare. He dodged joint projects, citing mismatch code for loathing the ego. Pure personality war. Getting deeper into disdain. 5. The bald, dramatic king. Western ties, but too polished, image-obsessed for his taste. Raw versus refined. Festival run-ins stayed civil, but snubs burned like rejecting a co-lead as beneath him. Omission from Respectless said it all. Elitism clashed with his grinded-out ethos. Final one seals the intensity. 6. The laid-back charmer. Effortless cool grated on a fighter who clawed for every break. A lost lead to swagger sparked accusations of favoring style. A jest about his perpetual scowl hit wrong taken as mockery. Warnings to newbies. Don't coast like that. Pride protected fiercely. These grudges weren't petty. They mirrored his passion for true artistry over games. No tolerance for favoritism or fluff. In history's shadows, they enrich his enigma, the unyielding bad who owned it. Health battles shadowed. His later years' heart issues from the 70s. A pacemaker in the 80s, he pushed on until a fatal attack in 89, at home in California. Throat complications contributed. His fire dimmed, but legacy blazes. What a life from Minesweeper to myth, feuds and all. His gaze still haunts screens, reminding us authenticity wins. If this moved you, hit like, subscribe for more untold tales, and share with fellow film lovers. Let's keep his spirit alive.